Then let's take the balls, and I didn't show this, I showed them right next to the spine, but if you take them slightly wider, you'll just get new sensation. It's when you get a massage, at least for me, I don't want them to only focus in one area. There's a whole new buffet of sensation that is worth exploring, say just a little north, south, east, or west of where the balls are. So know that if you find a spot to be too intense that I'm cueing you for, just go a little uptown, downtown, or across town from that spot. Okay, so I'm craving a little side-to-side movement. And I'm actually letting my hips roll from side to side. I'm imagining my pelvis is like a skateboard and the balls are the wheels. And little by little, the balls are starting to migrate out towards my obliques, which feels really good. At some point, they're gonna go out so far that I'll need to pick them up and put them back together. So go ahead and do that if that happened to you. And let's explore that last DOM, or directions of movement, the elevation and the depression of your pelvic bone. So if you can see with my hand, I'm kind of scrunching up the right side of my waist, dropping my pelvis down, picking it back up, and then scrunching up the left side of my waist and dropping it down. But I'm not letting my legs go side to side. That's not that it's wrong. There's no wrong way to move or bad way to move. But one of my favorite things about the therapy balls is I teach movement. I teach yoga and Pilates, and we do this type of a sequence at the beginning of a class for a specific area of the body to prep for the types of movement we'll be doing later on in the class or the workshop or the training. Okay, let's do one more spot. So you're gonna take the balls up to that T12 L1 area. So this would be like the penthouse of your lower back. And slowly let your pelvis drop with gravity into the ground. To get some good pressure into this spot, my favorite way to do it is keep your left foot on the wall. You're gonna interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and push into the wall with your left foot as you pull your thigh in towards your chest, and then release the pelvis back down. So super simple, you can relax your foot, exhale, just the minimal amount of effort to pull your knee towards your chest. Your pelvis will lift up, and then you release it back down. You can go slow like I've been demonstrating, or you can do a little quick action. Makes me think of the sharper image chairs where you have a choice of if you want the quick vibration or the slow rolling or the fast rolling. And you can also lean a little bit from side to side, alternating the pressure of the left ball versus the right therapy ball. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Same thing, you'll interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Very slowly allow your pelvis to drop to the floor. And then push into the wall with your right foot as you pull your thigh, your left thigh, towards your chest, towards your belly. Do that a few more times, linking your breath to your movement. It's an inhale to drop the pelvis, and an exhale to lift the pelvis up and hug the knee in. One more time. Inhale. There's your anterior tilt, the pelvis, extension of the lumbar spine, and then the posterior tilt of the pelvis, flexion in the lumbar spine. You can pick up the pace, do a little quick motion here, and also exploring side-to-side movement. So I'm just taking my legs over to the right, over to the left, to leverage my body weight into new vectors of stretch. Because really the therapy balls are like micro stretchers. Often we stretch at a joint, but we can't get into the tissues that are in between the joints. And the therapy balls allow you to do that without going to get a real massage. Okay, replace your foot back on the wall. Take the therapy balls out, and when you lower your spine and your pelvis back to the floor, Take a moment to close your eyes and rest one hand on your ribs and the other hand on your belly. Notice the contact of your pelvis and your spine to the floor. I know for me, when I started, I felt a little tense and not so heavy, so to speak. Like I couldn't fully surrender to gravity. Whereas now, a lot of the muscles have let go. And I was able to slightly turn off my on switch. So let's finish up by breathing so that you inhale and swell your belly, and then take that breath all the way up into your ribs and sigh it out through your mouth. We'll do that one more time. 2-part inhalation. The belly swells, the ribs expand in 3 dimensions, and then you empty your lungs. Thank you so much for joining me for this lower back self-massage sequence. A nice thing to do is to just scooch yourself towards the wall to a comfortable distance where you feel some stretch in your hamstrings, but not too much stretch. The yogis call this Viparita Karani Mudra, or legs up the wall, and just rest here for maybe 5 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me for the self-massage for your lower back sequence. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel very relaxed. And I would love to connect with you online via Facebook or Instagram. You can find all my online courses on my website at shreenaaltman.com. And check out my live event schedule because I travel all over teaching trainings, workshops, and immersions.